Welcome to the Alternative Hair Alchemist podcast. Now, whether you're one of the hundreds of thousands of women experiencing hair loss for any number of reasons, or if you're curious and want to check out what alternative hair is all about, you are in the right place. Hi, I'm Deborah. I am a certified alternative hair specialist, educator, and the co-creator of a one-of-a-kind, shame-free, stigma-free alternative hair boutique called Very Best Little Hair House, and that's where the magic happens. That's where I help women and men like you find the alternative hair that brings their inner beauty out. We take over where genetics or Mother Nature dropped the ball and help you find and wear the alternative hair that makes you feel vibrant. I've made it my business to discover all there is to know about good wigs and toppers, and I love to talk about them. It's not just hair. It's so much more than that. This is about feeling complete, and if alternative hair is the way for you to do that, I got you covered. Yeah, it sucks when you see your scalp shining through your hair, but you know what? There is joy in finding the right alternative hair, trust me. It can be overwhelming at first. I mean, where do you start? Wig, topper? Oh my God, will somebody know? What if my wig falls off? First of all, take a deep breath, I got you covered. This podcast addresses all things alternative hair. It's not always as easy as just finding a wig and putting it on, so I'm going to give you a tell-it-like-it-is viewpoint from what I see firsthand. I've been through it all: stress, hair loss, alopecia, chemo. So I started my own journey about 20 years ago, and at that time I had nobody to talk to or get advice from, so I am here for you. And I can tell you this, even on my best natural hair day, I never looked or felt as confident as I do in my alternative hair. And now, after 5 years of helping people in my shop get over that fear and get out there, I am bringing this to you to inspire, empower, and educate you. It's simple. When you look good, you feel even better. And if alternative hair is part of that confidence, who cares if you grew it or if you bought it? Forget your grandma's wig and prepare to look red carpet gorgeous. Time to end this shame and stigma. Life is too short not to love who you are, and I want you to get excited about the possibilities. So grab your headphones, feel the love I am sending your way, and let's do this. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Alternative Hair Alchemist podcast. This is Deborah Heim. I am the owner of Very Best Little Hair House, which is for the most part an in-person place to get a wig or topper that not just suits you, but makes you feel like your fullest self. There are far too many of us who are experiencing hair loss for whatever reason. You may have thyroid issues, medical issues, stress, what have you. But the thing is if you let hair loss affect your life to the point that you're not showing up fully in your life, like maybe you're missing events or maybe you're just not even comfortable with getting a picture taken, that type of thing, then alternative hair, or at least checking it out, is probably a good idea for you. I can tell you right now, you can learn how to wear a wig or topper and nobody will know. There's such this shame and stigma. You know, when it is okay, when everyone feels okay to say, yes, it's a wig, and be totally okay with that, I will be the happiest woman in the world, which I'm already almost there anyway, because alternative hair is one of the things that makes me happy. Although that's not to say that I'm not getting into clothes and purses and what have you. And here's the thing. We need to put ourselves first, at least once in one area. Start with one area that you're going to improve your life and go from there. Life is too short. I am getting to be of where I worry about whether something I wear is age appropriate. Let's put it that way. But I want to make the rest of it the absolute fullest that I can. And I want to encourage you to do that too. So this week, I am going to talk about a few things in an area that I fear to tread. And that is, I want to discuss and let you know some of the obvious red flags when you're looking for a wig online. Now, when I first started in 2017, I started to do videos to educate about shopping online. And I'll tell you, it was a little bit less of a friendly result from some of the people who perceived me as competition, which in reality, I'm doing something totally different than like a online store with a checkout. So I'm going to throw out these few things to you. This is my experience, my perception. If it helps you, great. If it doesn't, then you are welcome to send me your idea for a subject for a podcast in the future. No, seriously, I'm joking about that, but I do want to hear from you. You can email me at the website. There's a contact form. It's just me that sees it. The shop phone number is also just me that sees it. So text, message, what have you. If you're thinking about booking an appointment, I love to talk to you the old-fashioned way on the phone because so much more goes into it rather than just the style and cut that you're looking for. And I know you're going to have questions because I know I did. And one of the things I like to do for anybody coming to my shop or let's say online consultation is I want to answer your questions fully. And I would have to say the number one thing when you're buying a wig from anybody, whether it's in person, online, in a group, what have you, is you need to know and trust the person that's selling that to you. There are many, many, many reputable online vendors, but unfortunately, there are some out there who are not. It is sad to say, but there are people out there that know when someone is in a desperate position, as you might be with hair loss, and they prey on that. They want to make something look so good that you can't pass it up. Often they will be using stolen pictures, which they take from one of the wig company's websites. They will use pictures of celebrities. They will even use pictures of people with hair. I even know firsthand of an event that happened, I'm going to say within this past year, but a very popular influencer was alerting everybody because her picture had been stolen and an unscrupulous company was using clips of her video without any sound, leading you to believe that she was endorsing the wigs that they were selling. And she didn't know, nor did she have any control over these people using her picture. I remember when I first opened my shop and I first went to the John Renault education, what they told me made my hair stand on end. They are one of the companies whose pictures are stolen most to be used for unscrupulous websites. Now, there are companies out there that will set up a www.something.com. They will use stolen pictures and you send them your money and you're never going to get it back. And by the time the person who has been taken advantage of realizes that the wigs really aren't coming, that company has shut down and set up a whole new .com using the same stolen pictures. And the people at John Renault, quite frankly, told us that they can't keep up with it because these unscrupulous people are so quick and so fast. So what are some of the things you can do? If you're shopping, whether it's online or whether it's in person, look for an authorized vendor. Those words, authorized vendor, means that the product came from the people that make it to whomever is selling it for the most part. Some places will use drop shipping, where if you would say order a John Renault, order an Ellen Villa, they will have Ellen Villa ship it to you. So that is a little bit of a variance. In my shop, if I'm shipping something to you, you know I got it, I checked it, and it's on its way to you. But either way, at least you are assured that you are getting the genuine product. Now, as far as counterfeits, that happens too. I saw in my shop pretty recently, someone came in, they were wearing a good wig, and it had a Belle Tress label inside of it, but it was a color that Belle Tress doesn't even make. And some of these counterfeits aren't even a good counterfeit. Like I know right now there's this huge market and people do like certain editions of knockoffs, like say of the expensive bags and things like that. But if you know that's what you're getting and you're paying that price, then that's fine. But the problem is there are some people that will lead you to believe, with no matter, it happens with wigs as well as purses, that you are getting the real thing, and you're not, sadly. Human hair especially is the area where I see most women misspending their money or spending a good deal of money for something that isn't as good as what they paid for it. There's just so much area in there. When you are getting human hair, you want a reputable vendor. I have to say that is the most often thing I see coming into my shop. Someone will have purchased a supposedly human hair wig, topper, what have you, and they come to me to see if I can help make it work. And the problem essentially is it's the wrong piece for the person, but the criteria for them to have bought it was because they wanted human hair. So that's why I bang that drum all day long. There are synthetics out there that can get you started into the alternative hair world. You will look just as good in a really good synthetic to get started as you will when you get that wonderful human hair wig, which I do want you to have, but it will do you some good if you learn a little bit of how to take care of it before you jump right into it. That's a basic rule of human hair. If you are going to invest it yourself at that level, make sure that you know the person selling it to you. And I am going to tell you, when you do get that human hair wig that makes you feel great, it is totally worth the price. Just be careful who you're giving your money to. And as far as human hair goes, if you are searching, like say you're searching on eBay, what have you, and you put in human hair wig, you are going to get a whole bunch of results that aren't even human hair. So that is where I say, if the price is too good to be true, it probably is. What I would recommend doing is check on prices for human hair with a reputable vendor of human hair, such as John Renault or Milano, just so that you have some type of a gauge to go by. Now, I'm going to tell you myself, you can get some good human hair bargains online, but if you are really uneducated and unsure as to what you're getting, it's probably safer to spend a little more money with someone that you totally trust than to try and get a bargain going out the gate. Now, for every time I say that, there will be someone that was the exception to the rule, but I just want you to be careful. Another red flag to look for is for fake reviews, right down to and including the fake names. Now, I love to go to the websites and read the reviews on wigs because I just find it pretty entertaining. And let me tell you this, on somebody on the end of having a really cool shop that people love to go to, let me tell you, even with me knocking it out of the park every single time, it's very rare that you will get a good review, because if you're really good at it and people don't want anyone to know they have a wig on, they're not as likely to post a picture or tell people they've been to your shop. And that is one of the challenges I run into. And that is totally cool. Your secret is safe with me. Although I do make it known that I appreciate when you become secure in wearing your wig and you reveal to somebody else with hair loss that, yeah, it's a wig. It's no big deal. I love my wigs. You offer them some hope. I can tell you myself, I wasn't always right there at the point where I am today, but with each wig, you will get better and better, and you will feel more confident and more confident, and then the momentum will pick up, and before too long, you will be unstoppable. And on the subject of reviews, this might be a little complicated to explain online, but I had Google searched my way to a website that was obviously overseas in origin, because when you read the description and you also read the reviews, you can tell the bad English. And it can be quite funny and entertaining to read these reviews. But that's when I first came to the realization, when there's 50,000 five-star reviews, all of them glowing, then there's another red flag for you. So keep that in mind. And I know this is a lot of information to fit into 15 minutes. So what I can offer you if you want more wig advice, support, whatever, I do have the Wise Wig Advice and Solutions group. You can find it on the shop Facebook page. It's a confidential group. You can join there, and either myself or other knowledgeable wig women will answer questions for you. So to sum up this week, the bottom line is know the vendor, the shop, what have you that you're buying the wig from. Don't just go by the picture. Know what you should be paying for a certain item of a certain level. Now, you don't have to pay the max amount, but a good place to check is with an authorized vendor for that product. That will give you a ballpark figure that you can go by. And before I buy anything, I ask myself, is the bargain I'm getting worth the risk? There are some situations where you want to take your time and really investigate your choices. I know with myself, I like to have one or two good daily driver type wigs that I can rely on before I take a chance on something that might not work out. But again, that bargain time, that's a good time to stretch your capacity to wear colors, wear styles. So you got to look at the amount you're paying. Is the bargain potential better than the risk? Because that bargain might be your next new favorite wig. Anyway, this is a lot of material to cover in 15 minutes. Join me next week. Thank you for listening. Take care. You are beautiful, hair or not. You're beautiful just the way you are. If you loved this episode and want to connect with me, please go to my website and drop me an email, verybestlittlehairhouse.com, so we can get in touch. And until next time, remember that you are beautiful, perfect, and loved just the way you are.